45 minutes outside the nation's capital sits at Segra Field in Leesburg, Virginia, as Loudoun United hosts Rhode Island FC for the first time in club history. Welcome in alongside Carmen Bokeen. I'm Josh Toll. Both these two teams, a slow start to the season, but they have found their form here in these last dozen games.
It's the Eastern Conference. They're both sitting in playoff position. We're coming into the final stretch of the USL Championship, and it's really important for them to keep that form. Talking about the form for Loudoun United today, 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. And at home, it's been good. 3 wins out of the last 5 matches. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can get those 3 points against Rhode Island.
Reason for Rhode Island, Albert Dikwa being one of the trio of attackers up front.
Yeah, Dikwa has been doing such a good and brave stuff throughout the final last matches. The recent form for them is 3 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss. And again, they were in a good stretch away, getting 3 consecutive wins. Then they haven't won one in the last 2. We'll see if this one is another one for them.
Scoring
to get those 3
form
points.
has been huge for these two sides. Rhode Island, 24 goals. Meanwhile, Loudoun United, 18 goals in their last 10 games. Both these teams averaging nearly 2 goals per game during that time frame. A slow start, but both sides find their form, and that's what you want to do at this point of the season, is find that form. And a large reason for Loudoun United, Wesley Liggett, as well as Zach Ryan up top by Cleo Metcalf. He has found his rhythm here these last 4 games.
Metcalf has made such a big impact after he started. He joined the club in 2023. This season so far, 5 goals, 4 assists. And you know, we talk about similar numbers throughout these two teams. The only difference is Loudoun has a game less. That's another one that they have yet to play. So that's going to be interesting to see what they're capable of doing coming into the end of the season.
Albert Dikwa in his first season with Rhode Island, last year's MVP and Golden Boot winner, now bringing his talents to the Ocean State.
21 appearances. This is going to be number 22, 7 goals, 3 assists. And that's always important for a player to be able to keep joining into the attack. 37 goals so far for Rhode Island, and this is going to be an important match coming into.
A chance for both these sides to possibly move up to 4th in the Eastern Conference in this first ever meeting between Loudoun United and Rhode Island. Both teams can score, but both teams have also been effective defensively this season. Will it be a matter of goals, or will it be a matter of being defensively strong tonight between Loudoun and Rhode Island?
DC News Now, bigger and only getting better.
Join us as we welcome Susan Tran to the DC News Now team.
Decades of journalism experience, a steadfast commitment to community, and an energy we can't wait for.
Susan Tran joins DC News Now, super serving the DMV with Susan Tran at the anchor desk.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us on DC News Now.
This is business today. Fast, unpredictable, always changing. Shifting trends and technologies are pushing aside old rules. The unexpected is the new normal. At Segra, we'll help you navigate a complex future with state-of-the-art voice, internet, and data protection solutions. We know you have dreams, and we see your potential. Segra, freedom to grow.
Gas prices got you fuming? No need to get heated. Save time and money with Metro. Ride, save, explore. Metro. Make your trip monumental. Sightsee through DC without overspending on gas and ride shares. Experience DC the local way. Ride, save, explore. Metro.
DC News Now is only getting bigger.
We're taking over the DMV with a regional approach to news that fits your needs better than anyone else.
With multi-state traffic patterns, we're giving you a narration that really helps you get around.
Giving you a larger scope of the area so you're better informed of incoming weather. Because if it's raining in Chantilly, it's probably not raining in Bethesda. Yet.
DC News Now.
The station in the know, in the community.
And covering more ground than anyone in the DMV.
First ever meeting between Loudoun United and Rhode Island FC. Our starting 11 will begin with Loudoun United, and head coach Ryan Martin will have his club in a 3-5-2. No changes from last week.
That's always good. It means that he liked exactly what they did in their last match. Repeating the lineup also gives them a lot of confidence coming into this last stretch, and it's going to be important to see what this team is going to succeed in getting at home.
Rhode Island FC, Connell Smith will have his club in a 3-4-3. Morris Duggan, the lone change for Frank Nodorsey.
Yeah, there's only one change. It comes in the back is Morris Duggan, the German player stepping in. And also, you know, this formation, it gives you the idea of how fast they're gonna try to go in this game, you know, just trying to see if they can keep scoring those goals.
Our referee tonight will be Thomas Schneider. He will give us the go-ahead in the middle. Rhode Island and Loudoun United, both teams that can possess the ball. Loudoun United coming off a big win on the road against Tampa Bay. Their second clean sheet against the Tampa Bay Rowdies on this season. Ryan Martin talking about how he was thrilled to go on the road and get a win in Tampa Bay against a club that they've never taken 6 points from during the season.
And it's always important getting games and getting wins against big teams. And that's
It's dropped off the chance, and it's going to go out, and we'll have our first corner of the game. Rhode Island being different. No, they're going to say a goal kick instead.
Wow, that was a quite interesting early start of the match. No, it's going to the corner. It is.
So we will now have our first corner of the game coming from Mark Ibarra of Rhode Island. Rhode Island on the season, 4 road wins. Loudoun United, meanwhile, 7 wins at home on the year. Rhode Island coming off a draw against Oakland Roots on a late goal from Albert Dequa in the 87th minute. Trying to get off on the front foot here early. Inward swinging ball, back post. Off the volley, denied. And a chance here for Fuson, but he loses possession and now cleared away, but not far away from danger. Connell Smith's side looking strong here to begin on the road against Loudoun United. Ryan Martin talking about Loudoun United, talking about how they have incredibly talented players like Albert Dequa, the former Golden Boot winner. They also have Mark Ibarra on the side, getting great service from Kuzira on the side. Noah Fuson, another player that's come in and been productive for Rhode Island. But he really feels that Rhode Island's best in transition, and they're explosive going forward. Probably the best team when it comes to restarts. This ball played out wide. An opportunity here for Loudoun. A collision in the penalty box, but no call from Snyder. Sent away now by Rhode Island's Grant Stoneman.
And Wesley Leggett in that one, he was at super speed and, you know, going directly on goal. He decides to put it more as a pass and not go directly on goal. Maybe it could have been the difference in this early start.
Loudoun United tonight in the white and red. Meanwhile, Rhode Island in their all yellow kits. They do call them their road kits as this is played over to Stoneman. Stoneman will play into the circle. Sent up by Turnbull. Hard collision in the middle of the field. We'll get our first foul of the game. Fuson walking away. Fuson coming over from Columbus Crew 2 and MLS Next Pro. Player down as Wesley Leggett as he's able to pop back up. Leggett on the season, 7 goals, which puts him tied for 18th in the USL Championship. First set piece going to Loudoun United here in the run of play. Florian Vallot in his first year with Loudoun United already been named to Team of the Week 5 times this season. Ryan Martin loves what he can do defensively and just talked about his range of passing. See how he plays this into the area. Vallot gets the go-ahead. He'll go short. Loudoun will go side to side, and they're going to come back to the near side, and Stoneman. Vallot clips it in, headed down. Liggett to the end line. Cuts it across, and a corner coming for Loudoun. Carmen, both sides showing they can be dangerous in the attacking third. Both sides already with one corner each.
I think that's, you know, the thing. They both played 23, 24 games. This is 24, 25. They've scored 36, 37 goals. So scoring is not the problem. The problem is the ones that they've been conceding, and that's what they have been losing games and points, of course. So coming into this last stretch, the one thing they have to do is be more secure in the back.
Sent in back post, headed up but not out. And now sent away by Rhode Island. Rhode Island coming off a draw against the Oakland Roots in the Western Conference. Connor Smith talking about that game, thought it was a good performance, gave up a set-piece goal, which was disappointing, but really felt the team controlled the game and created enough opportunities, but weren't able to come up with the win. Both of these two teams very good at possessing the ball. They're trying to control and create the space where they can find it. That'll be a key going forward for both sides. Both coaches mentioning that as this is played up and headed back. Dequa was in the vicinity for Rhode Island last year. Dequa MVP of the league as well as Golden Boot winner with 20 goals for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. These two sides, Rhode Island with a complete roster in their first season, bringing in a variety of players from throughout USL Championship and various leagues. Meanwhile, an overhaul for Ryan Martin of Loudoun United and their team find their form here these last 12 games. Talked about how that gelling and chemistry took a little bit of time to develop, but really starting to find their stride. In large part bringing in some young players as well as some veteran talent to Loudoun. Hugo Veru named Team of the Week in Week 24 for USL Championship play. Also, Robbie Dambrot of Loudoun named to that Team of the Week. Slip ball, but find its way to Coque Vegas. Vegas, 33 saves on the season, does have 3 clean sheets. Loudoun United, 7th in the Eastern Conference. Rhode Island right behind them in the 8th spot, both level on points with 33. New City running away with things in the Eastern Conference in the top spot. Carmen, as both these two teams try to settle in, what are you looking for right now early in this game as both these sides feel each other out?
So from the coach call, one thing that I like, it was Ryan Martin talking about how they would need to have ball possession to be able, you know, to defend themselves a little bit more. And this is the power struggle that we're going to be seeing, because either team is capable of trying to create with the ball or without it. And Loudoun for sure is going to try to, you know, keep the ball, have the possession, to not allow Rhode Island to be, you know, the clever team that they are coming towards the goal.
This ball going over the top. Great effort there trying to catch him off guard was Clay Holstead. Was looking to get Faru off his line. Sneaky play right there by Clay Holstead in his first season with Rhode Island after coming over from Columbus Crew 2. Foot race here. Liggett is going to lose out on this race to Morris Duggan. Duggan coming over to Rhode Island during the middle of the season on a loan from Minnesota United. Spent most of his time this year with the Loons 2 second side. Dambrot pushing up. Outside back, he slipped this ball through. Ahmed Carr, he's been on fire as of recent. Drops it out wide. Step back, but can't defend it, as this is going to be stopped on the play by the keeper of Rhode Island and Coque Vegas.
And just another one where we see, Coque Vega trying to stretch the best form from him. It was from outside the box, and he got that chance.
Tonight's shot on goal are brought to you by Smoothie King and the DMV. Try the new Dude Perfect smoothie at Smoothie King, packed with real fruit, vanilla protein, kiwi apple juice, frozen yogurt, blue citronella, and turbinado. Get yours now only at Smoothie King. Loudoun United early going through Stephen Turnbull, working his way up the right flank. Zach Ryan loses possession of the ball, but falls right back to Loudoun. Below will drop it off. Here's Krifa Yao. Now in his first season with Loudoun after coming over from the Vancouver Whitecaps. Also spent time with CF Montreal, so MLS experience on the back line for this USL champion side in Loudoun United. Ball played out wide. Scooped in, repelled out. This chance of the night coming from El Medcar so far from Loudoun. Medcar has contributed a goal or assist in the last 4 games for Loudoun United. Here's Ryan Martin in his 7th season as head man in charge, leading his team to the best club record right now at this point. A chance to have the most club wins in their season as well as points. Really feels that he has the pieces put together to go a long way into the playoffs this year. Medcar. Race for the ball. Dequa. Seems like that's going to be the last touch by Loudoun United's Keegan Tingy.
I think it's been a really interesting start of the match, Clear that the idea of both teams is to try to get that first goal scored really early on. We had 1 shot on target per side so far. Good interventions from both the goalkeepers. And we'll see who's the next one to have a good opportunity in that attacking third.
Albert Dequa, obviously the clear scorer for Rhode Island. The question is who's going to be able to help up front, whether it's Mark Doyle, or will it be Quizera on the outside? Rhode Island trying to find that second true scorer for this team. Put Noah Fuson in there. He has 4 goals on the season. Also has 6 assists on the year for Rhode Island. Ibarra plays it out wide. Looped in. Back post. Dequa was there. Sent back to the top of the 6. An opportunity here denied. Rhode Island being dangerous here in the attacking third. Fuson chips it up to himself, chests it down, scoop ball in. Turnbull. Chance here maybe from Disney. Ibarra will play it out. Fuson turns away. They'll retreat back to midfield and they'll reset.
And it's a moment to take a breath for Loudoun at the end. It was Rhode Island with just a few back-to-back good opportunities, putting those balls really close in that box.
Rhode Island started off the season, 1 win in their first 14 games.
Wow.
Last 10 games really turning things around, especially when it comes to scoring, having scored 24 goals in their last 10 games. Hard challenge from behind, and that will draw the whistle. Now you can see our first booking of the game here in Rhode Island. That was a hard challenge from behind. And right now, Krifa Yao just getting a warning, no yellow as of yet. Goes right into the side of the ankle of Elmedkar.
Yeah, and it feels a little bit unnecessary, you know. You're in the middle of the field. What's the need to try to do such a big fall against a really important player from the home team? I think it was more of just a lacking of where he was, Zhao.
Talking with Ryan Martin on that win against Tampa, really felt that the team had a great performance to get that result, good defensively, and limited their chances to score. Felt that the team was brave going forward and should have scored earlier in the game than they did, but happy with the result and happy with beating Tampa twice. Dearman will play back. Brew on the season, 7 clean sheets, got his 7th against Tampa Bay. Shut Tampa Bay out twice this year. Rare that you see that anytime against the Rowdies. Polstad. From a slow start this year for Rhode Island, large part all these new players coming in to this expansion team. Talking with Connell Smith, taking a little bit of time to gel and find that chemistry. Have put together barbecues as well as watch parties to try to get that chemistry going. And as of late, they've been able to find it.
It always takes time, you know, when you're an expansion team and bringing people from so many different places.
A chance for Fuson, cuts it to his right.
Fuson is causing a lot of danger, not only in the recovery of the balls, but then just putting himself also in that good position.
No Fuson coming over from Columbus Crew too, as you take a look at Connell Smith in his first season for Rhode Island. Rhode Island right now in the 8th and final playoff position. They'd be the first true expansion side to make the playoffs since 2019 if they were able to stay above that 8th spot. North Carolina right now 4 points behind both Rhode Island and Loudoun United in the playoff chase. Holstead. Doyle nearly lost possession, and he does. Vallow pushing up. Vallow has a little room to work with, plays it inside Elmedkar. Elmedkar trying to play it forward, was looking to link up with Liggett. Gazira. Fuson, he's been effective in the final third. Ball hit off Keegan Tingy. Fuson showing he can be productive in the attacking thirds. He plays it in quickly. Gazira turns away. 2 players on him, able to pass the ball off to Fuson. Back post ball. Headed back in. chipped on by Dikwa, but unable to get anything behind the shot attempt.
It hasn't been a lack of trying. I think defensively, both of the teams have been really on point, not only when they have to secure it in that attacking third, but before also.
Liggett to the right foot, Liggett!
Game night on DC News Now with Derek Forrest, Brandy Flores, Alex Flum, and Jake Rom. Game night, the only 7-day-a-week sports show tonight at 11 on DC News Now.
Wesley Liggett with a good chance right there for Loudoun United. Sent his shot wide of the target. Liggett in his second season with Loudoun. Has 7 goals on the year, tied for 18th in the championship. Doyle playing to space, has Dikwa to the left. Doyle passing over to Dikwa. Dikwa! Had a good look, but sent it well over.
Yeah, you know, whenever you get up a situation where you can put yourself just in that close proximity towards the goal, but you're coming in such a fast pace, sometimes it's quite complicated to hit the ball the correct way. And in this one, it was a matter of timing. And we understand his frustration in this one.
You did see on that replay, just that short little hop off his ankle.
Yep.
Maybe the main reason why that went into the stands.
And that has nothing to do with, you know, your quality or technique. It's just about how fast you're coming towards that ball.
Holstead from distance. Clay Holstead, Noah Fuson, both coming over from Columbus Crew 2. Talking to Connor Smith, they did try to find some players that did have familiarity with one another and also really wanted to look for the pieces that fit together into the puzzle as they were putting together this Rhode Island side. You can also look at Dikwa and Ibarra, both teammates with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, starting tonight's game as well for Rhode Island. Have a foul here against Loudoun United. This will go against Kwame Aua. Aua in his second season with the club. Last year he had 4 assists. Has yet to get an assist this year. Just a collision between him and Steven Turnbull.
Yeah, that was really bad about timing, you know. And no card yet. When Coach Martin talked about having the possession of the ball to disallow the opponent to create opportunities, the thing he was then counting is that Rhode Island would be capable of just creating good chances without having the ball, because they have gotten more shots on target also in this, you know, first 23 minutes of the game without having the most possession of the ball. So that always doesn't make the whole difference.
Hugo Faru, the player down behind the play for Loudoun as the train staff comes out. A chance here for some players to get some water. Talking with Ryan Martin about these last 11 games and where he wants to see improvement. He wants to limit the errors, be brave, and be a proactive team, be more expansive, and have better ball security. Right now, having a little issues controlling the ball. They've shown that they can be brave going forward in this one, but they need to be a little bit more proactive, as Rhode Island here in this first 24 minutes has been the more active of the two. Through on the season as he pops up 7 clean sheets, 66 saves on the year. That's the most in the Eastern Conference. He's top 5 in clean sheets as well as saves throughout the entire league.
Well, adding the 2 of today, that tally goes to 68 so far. So it's clear why he's such an important piece of this Loudoun United team.
Connor Smith's side unbeaten in 10 of their last 11 games, showing that they can get shots on target. Last game against Oakland Roots, they had 21 shots on target, which was a club record. Should say that's just shots.
21 on target?
Not on target.
Oh,
but 21 shots.
My heart.
Yeah.
I was like, what? That game ended like 15-0, right?
Yeah, the late goal in the 87th minute by Albert Diqua in that game to level it up on points. Right now, seeing Rhode Island be better possessing the ball as well as moving forward. What can Loudoun United do to try to slow down this attack of Rhode Island?
I think one good thing would be open themselves. You can see how packed and compact they're playing throughout, moving in a small block. If you open it a little bit more, you force them to follow you, and that way you can find a little pocket or a little space for you to put the ball in between the lines and maybe, you know, get closer to the box. That they have been doing that, but now in this one, maybe.
Fuson clips it in, headed away. Fuson will shepherd this ball out of play for a throw. And high into the air. This will be a goal kick for Faru. Ryan Martin talking about his goalkeeper. He talks about how he has the ability to play out, loves his decision making, really feels that sets him apart as a keeper, has a very calming presence, and he loves his consistency that he's seeing. He says you have to have a short-term memory, can't let things linger, and really he's improved from last year in this, and that's really built on his confidence.
And there was something that I liked also when he talked about him. It's that calming person in the back line. Because you always think about the back line, you know, they're always the ones that you point at whenever there's a goal scored against. And you always need to have, I don't know, that little sense of, you know, we have to have that short-term memory that he mentioned and just keep moving forward. And I think he has that aura around him, you know, that usually goalkeepers don't have.
Look at the short-term memory. How important is that for any player to have that short-term memory and just forget about those mistakes?
Can you please forget about only soccer? In life, we need to have short-term memory so we can succeed in a lot of stuff. And in sports, you have to have it immediately. You know, it's a click and delete.
Vallow will play it out wide. Tingy. Vallow 6th in the league in assists, has 5 on the season. And that box-to-box midfielder for Loudoun United. Also a strong presence in the defensive third as well. His first season with Rhode Island, coming over from New York City FC. Does have 2 goals and 3 assists on the year for RIFC. Having difficulties playing out of the back, just sending it to midfield. Ball won by Fuson. Fuson clipped from behind. Will draw the whistle of Thomas Snyder. Vegas, the Spaniard, surveys the field. Kobe Vegas has allowed 17 goals on the season, has 3 clean sheets. Can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the new SiriusXM app.
Ever since Loudoun United got the possibility of getting the possession, they have disallowed a lot of the play, the offensive play that Rhode Island was having. It has been the key for Loudoun in the few minutes, at least the last 5 minutes, to be able to feel more secure with it.
Loudoun just trying to settle into the game a little bit more after being under pressure from Rhode Island. Another one of these teams, really a high-pressing team like we see around USL Championship. They'll pick and choose when to set that high press.
That's a clever strategy. I like that one.
Just try to get that forced turnover in the defensive third, really where you can capitalize on the mistake. Saw it earlier where Coque Vegas had to play out from the back. Was able to find Fuson at midfield. Liggett in the channel, attacking the area. Liggett cuts it across. Vegas able to get a piece of that ball before it found the player on the opposite side for Loudoun. Offside flag would have been up, as we'll have a goal kick here for Rhode Island.
The thing that I like about this play is that they were keeping the ball, having the possession. They get up with Liggett coming into this flank and just being able to put the ball that close. Nobody was there to get it, but then in the second chance, they could still have played that ball again back into the box and maybe find another good chance.
Well, Medcar was the player in the vicinity for Loudoun United. Ibarra. Dequo play it out wide. Duggan. Fuson, who's been all over the ball in the attack for Rhode Island. Ibarra, reset, played to midfield. Duggan out wide. Zira will have a foul behind the play as Duggan went to the surface, and we're going to have our first booking of the game as well.
Yeah, there was no talking with this one. The captain gets the first yellow card of the night. And, you know, sometimes you can get a warning, but this...
Zach Ryan with the first booking of the game. Ryan wearing the captain's armband for Loudoun United. Coque Vegas wearing it for Rhode Island. Fuson playing out wide, unable to connect. Liggett Has Elmedkar, that's where he goes. Back is Stoneman. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Kazira looking to cut inside. Splits two defenders. Ibarra has numbers ahead, goes out wide. Kazira trying to cut it back to his right as he falls down to the ground. Fuson comes up with the ball. Turnbull loops it in. Equal once again the man, the intended target. Last touch by Loudoun.
I like what Fuson did. You know, I thought for a second he was going to go on goal, but then he just decided to give it to Turnbull, and then he puts it back into the box to see if they can get a good header from Albert Dikwa.
Second corner of the game here for Rhode Island. Zero will head to the far side of the field. Last two seasons with CF Montreal before making his way to the Ocean State. Zero was born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, moved to Salt Lake City at the age of 9. All whack when he went to Utah State. The service. Good runs there, but no one could get their head to the ball on the pass. For Indy 11, the clash with Sporting Kansas City coming up in the U.S. Open Cup semifinal. It could be a historic game for the boys in blue. A win could take Indy into the 2025 CONCACAF Champions Cup. It would also need an LAFC win over the Seattle Sounders on Wednesday night. But you'd love to see that USL Championship getting recognized in the Open Cup still with Indy 11 and the positive effect that they're having in the Open Cup run. Indy 11 also currently 5th in the standings in the Eastern Conference with 35 points. A win for either one of these sides, they will leapfrog Indy into that 5th spot. Detroit City 4th in the Eastern Conference with 37 points. Louisville City having another tremendous year this year in USL Championship, sitting with 53 points in the top spot. They look to be a shoo-in for the USL Championship Players' Shield. Nearly intercepted by Doyle.
That high pressure could be interesting if they can capitalize something around it.
Doyle. Mallow able to dispossess the ball from Doyle. Keegan Tingy talking with Ryan Martin about some of the most consistent players on this team. He mentioned Keegan Tingy as well as Florian Vallow. Tommy McCabe, the quarterback on the field for Ryan Martin, who loves how he reads the game, has a high-level IQ, figures out what the opposition is doing tactically, really loves the game. He's really a student of the game. Feels like he could very much be a coach down the road. Here's McCabe playing it out wide. McCabe back to midfield. Learman surveys.
I like whenever a team is resetting, you know, it gives them time to see exactly where they want to go. But when the opponent falls into the trap and start opening their spaces, that's when they got that opportunity a few 5 minutes ago. And they're trying to just do exactly the same to see if they can at least get closer to scoring that first goal in this, you know, last 6 minutes of this first half.
Scoreless game here as we approach the 41st minute. Both teams have had opportunities. Neither one able to get the first goal of the game as of yet. Tingy. Talked about at the top, the scoring for both these sides. Rhode Island with 37 goals on the season. Loudoun United with 36. United has only allowed 28 goals on the year. Meanwhile, Rhode Island have allowed 33 on the season. Tom Snyder will head over to the touchline to speak with Connell Smith, and it looks like we're going to have a yellow card handed out to the bench of Rhode Island.
He must have said something.
Connell Smith backing his players, getting the first yellow. Zach Ryan with the yellow card for Loudoun. Never happy with the call, no coach ever is. Dequa plays it out to Quizera. Plays it forward, punched out. Quizera back on the ball. Liggett slows it up for the moment. Finds Tingy. Tingy has numbers inside, will like to go backwards. McCabe. Liggett has Ryan ahead, that's where he goes. Liggett unable to get by two defenders as the ball is won back by Quizera.
There's like a definitely 5 in the back when Loudoun is trying to start their attack. It's so complicated to go around, you know, a wall like that. And they're just trying to move the ball from side to side, force them to make a mistake, but it's been complicated for Loudoun.
Also on that last possession had Albert Dequa back playing deep defensively, the striker, helping force the turnover that Quizera won. You have to love that when you see your attack or your star scorer get back to help defensively. One of the things that Connell Smith talked about is he wants workers on this team. He wants people that are going to come here, they're going to work day in and day out.
Everybody's working in this way.
Everyone's working or you're not playing. Tucson, Holstead. Holstead out wide, Quizera plays it into the spot.
Your all-access pass to the latest forecast from Janessa Webb, Jackie Layer, Damon Matson, Scott Sumner, and Brittany Ward. All across the DMV. DC News Now weather.
25-year-old Mark Doyle with a chance right there for Rhode Island. Doyle's last 2 seasons with St. Patrick's Athletic, the native of Dublin, Ireland. Hard foul at midfield as Leggett goes down once again. It's a couple times he's been clipped right at midfield. Hard chop by Ibarra on Liggett.
Yeah, you know, it's a set piece coming from the midfield, but still, it's a good opportunity to try to put the balls a little bit closer for Loudoun United. It seems like Rhode Island is comfortable not having the ball, and their idea is clear. Every time we get it, let's go forward really fast, a few good touches, and they get to the box faster than Loudoun by having the possession of the ball.
There will be a minimum of 2 minutes of stoppage time added on to the half, as brought to you by Novak. Novak keeps you humming along. Liggett dispossessed of the ball by Fuson. Fuson. Get back to defend as he collides with Fuson, and Fuson's going to be called for the foul. Liggett, he lost possession, and Fuson able to track Fuson back down and force the foul against the midfielder of Rhode Island.
And Fuson, whenever he just gets the ball, immediately he storms back, and all the other players know exactly where to go and how to follow him without the ball to see what they can create.
Doyle on the outside. Doyle to the end line. Cuts it in. And there is the whistle to close out the first half as we will go to the dressing room. Scoreless between Loudoun United and Rhode Island. Carmen, your thoughts on the first 45 minutes of play?
You know, whenever you have a first half without goals, you always think about who's doing best of not, you know, defending and scoring and doing it great. I think both have. Of course, the balance is a little bit more on the Rhode Island side. They got better chances. They shot more on target. But they found such a great goalkeeper like Ferro stopping that.
Koke Vegas with a solid save in the first half for Rhode Island to help keep this game scoreless in the first ever meeting between Loudoun United and Rhode Island. Both sides chances on target, but both keepers coming up with saves. After the first half of play, Loudoun United 0, Rhode Island 0. Highlights and stats and news and notes from around the league here in the USL Championship.
You thought you knew Cuomo.
See the game, my friends. Expose the game.
The real Chris just might surprise you.
So you can change the game.
Surprising.
The agenda is you.
Free thinking.
News Nation is the only news organization whose name is reflective of you.
Game changing.
America is News Nation.
Cuomo, weeknights at 8, 7 Central, only on America's fastest growing cable news network, News Nation. News for all America.
This is business today. Fast, unpredictable, always changing. Shifting trends and technologies are pushing aside old rules. The unexpected is the new normal. At Segra, we'll help you navigate a complex future with state-of-the-art voice, internet, and data protection solutions. We know you have dreams, and we see your potential. Segra, freedom to grow.
DC News Now is worth watching.
Thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 10.
Super serving the DMV.
Reporting in Northern Virginia.
Levin Bowie.
In Upper Marlboro.
Forecasting each region of the DMV.
Region by region.
Responsive and ready for breaking news no matter the location.
To show you exactly how all of this went down.
We get there faster.
Reporting in Greenbelt, Maryland.
We cover more ground.
From Hagerstown.
Super serving the DMV. Watch DC News Now tonight at 10 on DCW 50. It's worth watching.
Isn't it nice when your everyday life hums along exactly as you expected? With reliable power from Novec, it does. Customers enjoy a 99.99% reliability rating, online and traditional payment methods, as well as 24/7 service. Getting electricity from Novec may be the most unexciting part of your life, and that's okay. Keep humming along with reliable power from Novec.
Scoreless at the break between Loudoun United and Rhode Island. Week 24 did not disappoint when it came to goal scoring as well as saves, as we take a look back at the goal of the week and the save of the week here in the USL Championship.
Oh, and he finds the back of the net. Makwele Akale, second goal of the season. Both from direct free kicks.
This is played in behind. And here's Ryan Flood. Flood saves.
Great save there, as well as a great goal of the week. Scoreless at the half here in week 25 between Loudoun United and Rhode Island FC in the first ever meeting between these two clubs.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
This is the beginning. This is a first practice, a first video session, a first pregame talk. This is a first ticket, a first scarf raise, a first kickoff. This is a tapestry of clubs and players and communities inspired by those who blaze the trail for women's sports, ready to inspire the next generation. We are the USL Super League. We're part of a movement, and this is our moment.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
The numbers are brilliant here for Phoenix. Can they find their second right there? Drops it to Lasso. Lasso gives it a go. What is the Lasso?
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Does anyone feel like life can be really messy? I know I do. There is something shady going on. There's a million ways to cheat, and everybody lives on their phone. I found a screenshot of this woman. Let's be real. The game has changed.
I cheated, you cheated. So what?
I'm here to help make sense of it all, because trust, I've been through it all. And I'm not afraid to get into your mess. You are not winning in life. Let that sink in. So let's get into it.
Caramo, weekdays at 3 on DCW 50.
45 minutes down at Segra Field. Loudoun United 0, Rhode Island FC 0, as we take a look at some news and notes from around USL Championship. How about Jack Harlow purchasing a minority stake in Lou City, the hip-hop star, getting involved in the USL Championship, always at games. Good start from Goodrum for Louisville City's new signing, making his debut against Charleston Battery. How about the club record for New Mexico United? Now with 14 wins in a single season, 11 games still left for them. They have a big one in a border war against Colorado Springs Switchbacks here in USL Championship. As we take a look at the games from around the league here in USL Championship, a full slate, Hartford and Lou City, that game currently knotted up at 1 apiece.
And talk about Louisville and everything that they've been doing. They're on top of the Eastern Conference. Right now tying and getting a draw, but you know, they just want to put that big difference with the followers in the table. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can get that.
Charleston Battery second in the Eastern Conference, currently leading Orange County by a score of 2-0. As we take a look at the rest of the schedule, mention that border war between the Colorado Springs Switchbacks and New Mexico United.
And always looking into the other matches, including that Oakland, Memphis, Sacramento, San Antonio, Las Vegas Light in the 11. Another of the good games that we're getting in this week.
Oakland and Memphis. That's a top 4 matchup in the Western Conference. New Mexico, they have had Colorado Springs' number, 10 wins and 15 tries, as we take a look here at the standings in the Eastern Conference.
Well, you know, getting into this match with those 3 points, as of now with the tie, it would be 34-34, still moving in a close block, depending on what happens with the teams under them. But it seems that they're going to be staying in that playoffs position if nothing changes.
3 points. Either one of these teams will move up to 5th in the standings. North Carolina right at their heels, 4 points out of the playoffs, trying to track down Rhode Island as well as Loudoun United in this Eastern Conference. Lou City with 53 points leading the way as we take a look at the Western Conference standings as well.
And then in the Western, we were talking about New Mexico just being on top, Sacramento just possibly getting another 3 points. It's just a different gap of 8 points, you know, 23 matches throughout mainly, a few more have 24 games, and in the last stretch, either it's 9 or 10 games, you can get an extra 15, 20 points and make it through the playoffs.
FC Tulsa on the outside looking in on the playoffs, even though they are level on points with Monterey Bay as they try to sneak into a playoff position in the Western Conference. But at the break, Loudoun United 0, Rhode Island FC 0. What we'll have in store in this second half, we will find out. But when we return, we'll have highlights and stats between Loudoun United and Rhode Island.
DC News Now is worth watching.
Good morning and thanks for starting your day with us here on DC News Now.
Wake up with the team super serving the DMV.
If you want to get a head start out there before you head out the door this morning.
Keeping you in the know as you start your day.
Live here in Bowie, live in Dulles.
With weather and traffic that won't keep you guessing.
In DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
Wake up with a team focusing on all the communities in the DMV. Watch DC News Now. Weekday mornings from 5 to 9. It's worth watching.
Rising up like lightning. Won't give up, nothing can keep me down. Fire it up, I'm fighting. Won't give up, I'm gonna hold my ground.
Get tickets for our next match and info on special events at LoudounUnitedFC.com.
Weather for all the DMV. Your weather experts. You're watching DC News Now.
Gas prices got you fuming? No need to get heated. Save time and money with Metro. Ride, save, explore. Metro. Make your trip monumental. Sightsee through DC without overspending on gas and ride shares. Experience DC the local way. Ride, save, explore. Metro.
One half down in Leesburg, Virginia. Loudoun United and Rhode Island scoreless at the half. First 45 minutes had chances on both sides, but neither team able to get a goal in the opening half. A play, it's been chippy between both these sides. Both keepers making a save as we take a look back here at the opening 45 minutes of play.
Yeah, and I think that is clear. One of the big difference of not having any goals scored was the capability of both goalkeepers on the back. This one was one of the first one from Ferro, and it seemed like, you know, Rhode Island was going to come into the match with more feistiness, and they did create a big chances, but, you know, Ferro was there.
With a great chance off the volley, but Peru with a great save.
This was one of the big chances that Loudoun had. It was from a distance. Why not trying it from there? Receiving in the best way possible, it was El Medcar.
Medcar, he's been on fire as of late. Goal and assist in the last 4 games for Loudoun.
And then this one, Ibarra opening, coming to Turnbull, and then he just got this big chance. It was enough for Farouk to just touch the ball. The ball kept being played, put back into the box, but not enough for anybody to come and get a good chance towards the goal.
Farouk and Coque Vegas with a couple good saves each as we take a look at the stats from the opening half play. 9 shots for Rhode Island, 3 of those on target, favoring possession right now for Loudoun, but can they be more effective in the attacking third moving forward here into the second half?
That is the tricky word of the night, effective, because either with possession or without possession, creating or not, none of the 2 clubs on the field have been able to be effective towards the goal, and that's going to be the difference in the second half.
Yellow cards handed out, one to Zach Ryan, the captain of Loudoun United, the other to the coach of Rhode Island, Encano Smith. Second half about to get underway from Segra Field in Leesburg, Virginia. Loudoun United and Rhode Island facing one another for the first time in club history. Rhode Island currently 8th in the Eastern Conference. Meanwhile, Loudoun United just a spot above them, but they are both level on points with 33. Carmen, as we get set here for the second half, what do you need to see from Rhode Island moving forward in the second 45 minutes of play?
They've been really clever in that back line, you know, whenever they know that Loudoun United has the ball, they just stick to that back line, wait on to see what they're going to do. So it's an attack without a surprise. They're ready to be able to disallow them of anything and everything they create in attack. So I would be still doing the same thing and then just get those breakaways, and whenever they do, be more how do you say it, like just go directly on goal and see if they can like get that big goal that they're waiting for.
Rhode Island with the better of the chances in the first half of play. Loudoun United struggling to get shots on in the opening half. Let's see if they try to take some shots from distance, just try to challenge the keeper and Coque Vegas, see if maybe they can make him spill a ball and get a rebound goal. Slow start for both these teams to begin the season. Loudoun United had 2 wins in their first 10 games. Rhode Island, meanwhile, just the 1 win in their first 14 games. But both teams here, these last 12 or so games, really to find that stride that you want to see here at the end of the season as they both make a playoff push.
Yeah, because every game they play is, you know, 45 minutes less, 90 minutes less towards the end goal, which is make it to the playoff. And you only get to do that if you start adding those points and feeling more secure toward the goal. And we said it, you know, they are good at scoring. The big challenge now is not conceding that many goals.
Loudoun United have scored in 13 straight games. Meanwhile, Rhode Island, they've scored in all but 6 games this season in their first year here in USL Championship play. All Challenge reason, Albert Digua, last year's MVP when he was with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, had 20 goals, which was a Golden Boat winner as well. He comes over in his first season with this Rhode Island side, has 7 goals on the season. Loudoun United, meanwhile, led by Zach Ryan, who has 9 goals on the year, which is tied for 7th in the league. Wesley Liggett with 7 goals as well. But on the back end of things, you really look at Hugo Faru with 7 clean sheets, also 66 saves on the year for Loudoun United. Both teams strong defensively, and we've seen that here this evening in this first ever meeting. And we will have a whistle.
Yeah, that was a
We didn't have a foul initially called.
No, but that was a big, it sounded really.
Turnbull, the player getting up, he was hit in the head by Awua.
Yeah, whenever you get those head-to-knee contact, it's always really hard to get. You know, in talking about goals, of the 36 goals Loudoun United have scored, 25 are on the field, coming from 6 players. Whereas out of the 37 goals from Rhode Island, 22 are on the field that came from 8 players. So that's always, you know, 2 extra players that you have on the field are capable of scoring. It doesn't matter if it's only the ones in the front. Every player there is capable of scoring except for 2 in the goalkeeper.
Well, how about Rhode Island's first game ever against New Mexico United? The first goal in club history coming on an own goal by New Mexico. Ultimately, that game finishing 1-1 in their first ever game played in the USL Championship. They didn't score in their first game. Rhode Island right now 8th in the standings. They could become the first true expansion club to make the playoffs since 2019. Colonel Smith and company doing a real good job putting this club together on paper and then seeing it come together on the field. It's taken some time, trying to build that chemistry, trying to find that gel here as the season has progressed. But now really starting to come together, and still on the other side for Loudoun United, pretty much have a complete overhaul as well for Ryan Martin, bringing in a bunch of new players, and they try to find that new gel, that new chemistry as well. It's paid off for Loudoun United, one of the best records in club history. They've never seen themselves be higher than 7th in the standings in club history.
Josh, if we could figure it out, the secret ingredient for having a club come together that way, whew, I would love to see that. But you know, either the wins, the losses, just the moments that they spend with each other and the opportunities they end up creating is what makes them glue the best way possible, and they only get it with time.
Time and winning never hurts as well. That builds that chemistry a lot quicker than when you're losing games. It's just always a better atmosphere to be around.
I don't know. I think you get a lot from winning, but you also get a lot from losing.
Definitely some lessons
And they
learned.
lost a lot in the early start, and now they changed that, and you can see why, because you learn exactly what not to do.
Fuson back to midfield. Duggan will play it inside. Back to Holstead and gets on the return pass. Finds Ibarra. Over Doyle. Ibarra retreats. Ibarra, another one of those players coming over from the Pittsburgh Riverhounds to Rhode Island. Stoneman clips it up, was looking for Digua. Digua with a good chance in the first half on a volley off a corner. Also had another opportunity, but the ball hit off his ankle and he's sitting up into the stands.
And this was one of the best sequence from Rhode Island, just touching the ball and getting closer to the box without making it just like a quick breakaway.
First of 2 meetings between these sides. Both will meet again in Rhode Island. That game will be played on October 13th. Dequa on the end line, plays it out for Doyle. Dequa's had success in his career against Loudoun United, 4 goals in 8 games. Ball played across by Holstead. Dequa playing it out. High praise from head coach Cano Smith about Dequa. Talked about just how hard of a worker Dequa is and just how he leads from the front. Not very vocal, but really sets the example and the tone for this team.
From the outside, we always talk about those type of players, you know, that maybe they don't talk that much, but at the end they can become leaders by example, by just a few words or a few conversations with their teammates. You always want to have those in your locker room.
Doyle has a little room, plays it out wide. Back post ball, smothered by Peru.
I can't undo in my memory the thing about the calm in the back. It's clearly that, you know.
Peru definitely calm in the back, needs to be vocal on those balls, which he was, allowing his teammates to know that he was going for that ball. Thomas Snyder talking with Quazira as we'll have our first sub of the game. Off will go Robbie Dambrot. Adelatif Abukara will come in now for Loudoun United.
So we talked about goals on the field. Well, leaving Robbie, it's 1 goal, and you have Abukara now. He had scored 5 goals this season.
Abukara came in as a sub last week as well in the win against Tampa Bay. That win against Tampa Bay also stopped a 6-game unbeaten streak for the Rowdies. Rowdies taking on Miami FC, so a chance to get back to winning ways for the Rowdies. Dequa out wide. Looping ball in. Intended for Dequa, ball still loose.
Last call for alcohol sales is at the 76th minute.
Dequa 7 goals on the season, also has 3 assists on the year in his first year with Rhode Island. Rhode Island coming in this game unbeaten in 10 of their last 11 games as you get a look at Cano Smith, who has a yellow card in this game.
He's been quiet, and that's what he should do if he doesn't want to, you know, be sent off. What type of coach would you be if you would be standing there? Come on.
I think I'd be more of the silent kind, not saying too much to the referee.
Guess which one would I be?
More vocal?
I would get red cards every match, so I would maybe work every 5 more games and then be let go.
Busan for Doyle. Played out wide. Rhode Island will have to move the ball back, and they'll play it in quickly once again. Ibarra. Turnbull tracking the ball down for Rhode Island. Stoneman coming over from the San Diego Loyal. Holstead. Much different looking team this year for Loudoun United. Ryan Martin really changed the roster around this offseason, bringing his ideal club to Loudoun. It's paid off dividends so far. Good balance of youth and veteran players on the team. Everyone buying in, on course for the most wins and points in a season. Loudoun United with 7 wins at home this year as we'll have a foul. A good one. In the defensive third, and a yellow card handed out to Rhode Island.
It was Holstead, right? It seems like
Quazero there grabbing the jersey and the arm. So he must have been warned earlier. So Quazero is going to be handed the yellow for Rhode Island. So look at this foul coming in a very dangerous position. A good set piece opportunity here for Loudoun United.
You got to take advantage of those good opportunities. You're coming into the almost 60 minutes of the match, 30 to be played, and you want to see if you can score one. And this could be the best chance in the second half so far.
Set piece delivery, looping ball. No danger there for Rhode Island. Select the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select the player's choice. Looping ball in, a chance off the volley, knocked off the end line. Great stop by Coque Vegas. Best opportunity of the evening right there for Loudoun. And then a foul on the other end.
Okay, so have you heard about that thing about stopping time? I think time stopped here. This was like played in slow motion in live time, you know. Nobody ended up knowing exactly what to do or how to, you know, just be 1 second ahead and maybe get the opportunity to send it to the back, or, you know, it felt like a slow motion situation happening there. And it was such a big chance for Loudoun.
Great angles on those replays. You can see the ball never fully went over the end line.
Nope.
Turnbull juggling the ball. Ibarra turns aside. Stoneman will play it into the circle. Creepial leading the team in clearances this season for Rhode Island. Well read on the play by Loudoun United's Cleta Melcar. Cleta Melcar really finding his form as of late. Ryan Martin, high praise on El Medcar and what he has done over the course of this time. Talked about how he came into the season with a broken rib, so he missed a lot of time, but really getting back to fit, really good 1v1, and a player that's selfless and can produce goals. Zira and Dequa unable to link up on that pass. You just see the touches in the opponent's box. 19 for Rhode Island, just 4 for Loudoun United. You can talk about possession all you want, possession favoring in the game towards Loudoun, but you look at Rhode Island, what they're doing in the attacking third, and the opportunities that they're getting inside the 18-yard box.
This is when you see those graphics, you know, everywhere, social media, webpage, wherever you want, of the heat maps, right? So the heat map for Loudoun would be only literally midfield, and that's it. And then they just haven't been able to get to that box and do something there, and they'll get those touches in the opposite box.
That's where you also see analytics and sometimes be misleading, even though they're controlling possession of the game. They're not doing anything in terms of intent with the ball to push forward.
And sometimes you have to give the ball, and I think that is exactly what's happening now. One way or the other, Loudoun has felt that they didn't do much with it, and now it's Rhode Island with it. Hopefully they can get those better chances coming from a counter, which is exactly what happened with that good chance that they had 2 minutes ago.
Abakura with the foul here for Loudoun United. Beautiful night just outside the nation's capital, Segra Field, about 45 minutes away from Washington, D.C. Ibarra here with an opportunity on the set piece for Rhode Island. 3 assists on the season for Ibarra. Plays it in with the right. No danger that time for Loudoun. Easily scooped out of the air. Fallow 5 times this year named Team of the Week. Ryan Martin with high praise for Florian Vallow, talking about one of the most impactful defensive players on the club. Just the ground that he covers, and his passing ability is top level. Awua to the far flank of the field. Hartford currently up 2-1 against the top team in the Eastern Conference in Louisville.
Talk about surprises this week.
Lou City with 17 wins already on the year. They're having quite the season. Danny Cruz side just cruising along. Chance to have the most home wins on the year, most goals on the year, trying to catch Phoenix Rising. They now have 45 goals on the season. Back in 2019, Phoenix Rising had 51.
Wow.
17 wins on the year puts them 7 back behind Phoenix, who had 24 also in 2019. Stoneman looking for Dequa. Busan from distance, blocked aside. Chance here on the counter, maybe for Loudoun. Loudoun still pushing up the field. Numbers back though for Rhode Island. Abakura just on the edge of the area. Playing it in, no one there at the spot for Loudoun. Now we'll have a substitution for Rhode Island as J.J. Williams will make his way on the field for Mark Doyle.
Rhode Island SC substitution in the 66th minute. Now entering the match, number 14, Mark Doyle. Now entering the match, number 9, J.J. Williams. All substitutions are brought to you by Chevron.
Ahmed Carr Dequa. Busan, 3 players on him, able to play it out wide. Both teams have made 1 sub each. Abakura and a foot race with Stoneman. Stoneman will win this battle.
We talked about how good defensively Rhode Island have been throughout the match, and Loudoun United, without the ball, they have been the most effective in attack, at least in getting closer and creating it.
Nice little drop-off, give and go opportunity. Akura, he's had a couple good chances with the ball. Lost the ball off his feet. So he was at the top of the 18-yard box. McCabe, looping ball. And now we'll have a pair of subs as well for Loudoun. Gavin Turner, the 17-year-old, will come on. Wesley Liggett will come off. Papa Amadou Wane will also come in. And off will go Khalil Ahmedkar.
You know, it's giving the opportunity to 2 midfielders taking down the forwards. Maybe they can create attack and generate more, but just trying to probably leave one player behind the line and see if they can give more balls to them so they can stretch more space on the field. That could be a good opportunity for them to get closer.
Leggett had a couple chances in the opening half. Play was quiet here in the second half. Gavin Turner now, the DC United Academy player, on the field for Loudoun United.
Gavin Turner has 17 years.
Young player,
yeah,
but finding production on the field. That's what you love to see.
And
you see the talent coming up.
If they do make an impact and have a difference, this is a game that can be decided because of the, idea and movement coming from the bench.
Ooh, with push from behind. Teams with some solid combination play, but neither able to build up into the attacking third. Cut across Dequa. Dequa's had a chance with the right foot, now a chance with the left foot. I always love when you talk to a coach and they talk about a player's ability to play with both feet. In some cases, Dequa even gets a good chance with a header on occasionally. Ibarra. Stoneman. Rhode Island going side to side. Whipped in ball, punched aside. Duggan. Holstead. Outside. Lofted ball, back post. Stoneman, another back post ball. Nice move to get around one defender. Chipped in to Ibarra. Given away by Rhode Island. Holstead is ahead, unable to link up with Dequa. Awua. Amadou Wane stabbed away by Rhode Island. Chance once again for Amadou Wane. Cuts across the 6. Turnbull. McCabe, the player down for Loudoun United. Turnbull will now come off the field as he'll be subbed off for Connor McGlynn. McGlynn, 25 years old, out of Queens, New York, does have a goal on the season. Previously with Hartford Athletic from 2020 to 2023 as Turnbull's night is done. Ryan Martin talking with his club, giving some final instructions.
Game night on DC News Now with Derek Forrest, Brandy Flores, Alex Flum, and Jake Rom. Game night, the only 7-day-a-week sports show tonight at 11 on DC News Now.
McCabe able to get up under his own power as he heads to the sideline for a moment.
It always takes you a little time to get yourself back together after you get a big hit like that in the face.
Rhode Island not as effective in the attacking third as they were in the first half. Loudoun United doing a better job defensively of making Rhode Island go side to side. An opportunity for Dequa a moment ago with his left foot, but unable to get it on target. Stoneman. Go back to midfield. Ibarra. First ever meeting here between Loudoun United and Rhode Island. They will play again in October on the road in Rhode Island. This USL Championship is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Abakura will drop it off. Played outside on the return pass, trying to go inside, but cut out by Morris Duggan.
It's that, you know, when you have just a really good day defensively, it's kind of complicated to try to see if your opponent is allowed to do, you know, something in attack. The second half, we have only seen one shot, not even on target.
Bakura, he's been effective for Loudoun United since he subbed on, playing at that top attacker position. Holstead. Scoreless here as we approach the 78th minute. Rhode Island coming in this game unbeaten in 10 of their last 11, looking to keep that trend alive.
Josh, you always think about, you know, which team is closer to getting a goal. I don't feel any team here closer to getting a goal. And it's not about not, you know, lacking the idea of getting it. It's just that it seems like both of them are just doing the best job possible to not allow the other one to move forward.
If the scoreline were to hold, both teams would remain in the same spot that they are. Loudoun United currently 7th with 33 points. Rhode Island currently 8th with 33 points as well. North Carolina 4 points behind both these sides in the 9th position. Abakura to his right foot, bending! What a save! Vegas coming up big for Rhode Island. Koke Vegas has only allowed 17 goals on the season, and you can see why the captain is one of the best in the business with that stop he just made.
But that shot was from another game. You know, yeah, we wanted to see it again. He just does everything right, and the shot goes perfectly in that second post in between the goalkeeper and then Koke Vegas just, you know, the Spaniard being big in that one. Second save of the night.
Bakura, he's been effective off the bench tonight for Loudoun. That ball was bending in towards that far post. If Vegas doesn't make that save, I don't know if it hits the post, but no matter, as Vegas makes a tremendous stop. That could be up for Save of the Week next week in the USL Championship. Good chance here for Rhode Island now. Pass across. Dequa trying to cut it back. Tripped up. No whistle. Remains on his feet. From distance. Blocked aside by McCabe. Now a chance on the counter, and this will be a yellow card handed out to Grant Stoneman. No doubt about it. Professional foul. Amadou Wane, the man down for Loudoun. Stoneman, knowing the counter was on for Loudoun, had to just grab the jersey of Amadou Wane.
And that's always a risk you want to take, you know. If you're, that was, it was clear how well he was disallowed of that ball, and then they try to go really quick with that counter. And Stoneman had to do what he did in this one.
We're gonna do another one. Oh, okay. We're gonna wait on the stuff. I just need to, you know, who's the...
Both sides will come get some water as we have a player down in the midfield for Rhode Island. We'll have another sub here coming up as well. For Rhode Island, as Grant Stoneman handed the yellow card. Joe Brito will come onto the field for Rhode Island. Ibarra will come off. Frank Nadarce will also come on the field for Rhode Island. Looks like Morgan Duggan will be coming off the field. Great conversation with Connor Smith about Frank Nadarce, talking about how he brings speed and raw athleticism and natural ability that you can't teach. And loves how coachable Nadarce is. And really felt that he has developed a lot over the course of the season. A good goal scorer, is good on set pieces. Joe Brito also on the field now for this Rhode Island side. He has 2 goals and 3 assists on the year. Spent his last 2 seasons with Union Omaha in USL League One. Kaua plays it down the line. Amaduane cannot keep the ball in play. Under 8 minutes remains. Scoreless here between Loudoun United and Rhode Island. Up next for Rhode Island, they will host Birmingham Legion. Meanwhile, Loudoun United, they will host Phoenix Rising.
And the scoreboard hasn't moved because of the great performance from the goalkeepers tonight. Both Faru as Coque Vegas were great.
Both keepers with solid saves. McCabe out to Awua. Plays it in. The shot, back post, and away. Dequa played up, but no one in the circle. Had Fuson in the area. Ball clipped in. Squeeze through 2 defenders. Last week for Rhode Island, Dequa with a goal in the 87th minute. Could we see a late one in this game from either one of these sides? 6 clean sheets on the season for Rhode Island, 3 of them for Coque Vegas. Meanwhile, 7 clean sheets for Loudoun United. All those clean sheets under Faru. Here's Dequa. Glenn will play it outside. Nadarce over to Yao. Vegas to the near side. Over the intended target, and Holstead. Down the line. McCabe. Awua. Deflection. Amaduane playing it into the area. Only 1 corner kick in the game for Loudoun United, as we'll have Keegan Hughes now sub on for Loudoun. Jake Erlinson will head off.
All substitutions are brought to you by Segra.
And this is truly the final stretch. Maybe we're getting a few, I don't know, a good between 4 and 6 minutes. And since the time is ticking and they're trying to get closer to the box, maybe they should start trying good chances from a distance, you know? Surprise again, just like Abukura tried and ended up getting a good save from Koke Vegas.
With the best opportunity, but you mentioned the stop by Koke Vegas, keeping this game scoreless. Home side looking for some late heroics to give Loudoun their 10th win of the season. Good dispossess of the ball. Holstead knocked over, and this will be a yellow card against Loudoun United.
It's Gavin Turner.
Gavin Turner, one of the subs, handed the yellow.
The yellow card is issued in the 88th minute. Loudoun United, number 40, Gavin Turner.
I feel like all the yellow cards in this game came out of unnecessary falls in the midfield. Not even close to the, you know, attacking third or anything. Just like there in that same area.
Holstead. Brito. Now trying to pick out a target. He'll go backwards. Vegas playing that to no one as it finds its way out of play. Just a poorly placed ball by the keeper. Abukura, he's been effective, loses possession. Yao. Brito into the area to his right foot. Back post ball. Good second chance opportunity by Brito, and Rhode Island saying there should be a foul in the box. Not going to get it.
And well read by Lerman, just, you know, coming from the back, the French player, to be able to bounce that ball away really fast there. And it seems like there's a little push, but you could buy it or not, right?
Tom Snyder doing an excellent job in the middle of the field tonight, our referee. Turner crosses midfield, out wide. On the end line, cuts it back post. And Loudoun United wants a foul in the area. It looks like they're going to get it.
Yeah. He signed it immediately. Like it was, it was a clear PK. You know, it was no doubt a PK there.
So now a chance in the 90th minute.
We're talking about a late goal. It seems like the most clear shot, still a little bit confusing because it's from the other side that contact.
Quazero there with a foul. The captain, Zach Ryan, will place the ball down at the spot. Zach Ryan on the season, 9 goals, tied for 7th in the league. Koke Vegas will await. A chance here for the captain to give the home side 3 points.
J.J. Williams is really mad.
Ryan steps back. Second year with the club. Looking to lock this thing down at home. Ryan. Stop in denied with the header now, Ryan. What a save by Koke Vegas. The hesitation did not help Zach Ryan.
I'm truly speechless because Ryan, it felt like he was going to do, something different. It ends up going low, in the middle. I don't want to say this word, but it feels like, it seems it was easy for Koke Vegas to guess exactly where that goal was going to go. And then he ends up disallowing Loudoun to score that lone goal for 3 points. Wow, what a finish.
Minimum of 6 minutes of stoppage time has been added on to this game. Brought to you by Novak. Novak keeps you humming along.
I wasn't expecting that one.
Usually you see that hesitation a lot of times fools goalkeepers. They did not fool Vegas one bit. And you talked about J.J. Williams being super upset with the call. He was upset right before that kick took place. And for Rhode Island, you get the big save from the keeper to keep this game scoreless.
Maybe, in Spanish we say a lot of divine justice, because maybe the penalty didn't, could have been not called. But at the end, when they hesitate and do that, if you do it from a distance, it can maybe not be that good in guessing where you're going. But it was such a little space. It was less than a meter. And then it was easy for Koke Vegas. You see there, there. And if you're going to do that, just push it really hard and send it to the back of the net. But not that low.
And Vegas in the second half also had a great save on an Abukar bending ball to the back post. Then he had another one that he kept off on the end line. He's had 3 really solid saves in the second half. Also had 1 in the first half.
If you can choose the 2 best players on the field, it's no doubt
the
for
delivery
Loudoun
on
Vegas.
the corner. Ball still loose.
Are they asking for a handball?
Bakura back on the field for Loudoun United. Fans in attendance, I think they thought they were going to go home with a victory when Zach Ryan stepped up to the spot. McCabe. No one on the near side at all for Loudoun as that ball is just played out. Connor Smith tracking down the ball. He wants his team to have a chance here to push forward and try to steal a win on the road. Holstead. Williams somehow stays on his feet. Williams then comes back defensively, nearly wins the ball, since he was fouled a couple different times. Nice move by Wua. Plays in. Offside flag though is up.
Yeah, it was clear it was an offside by a big distance. But then again, the biggest problem that both teams had was trying to get closer to that opposite box. In the first half, Rhode Island was better, but then second one, it was, kind of similar.
McCabe has numbers. Amaduwane. Aua to the 6. A chance here. And a corner coming for Loudoun.
This is an IBEW Local 26 corner kick.
This is an IBEW Local 26 corner kick by Loudoun United. IBEW Local 26, empower your future. Inward swinging ball set up. Driven in, knotted down, volleyed up and over. Florian Vallo able to get his toe to this.
Advantage from a set piece. You know, Vallo has been pretty quiet throughout the final stretch of the match. And with that acrobatic resource, he ends up sending that ball. It was close. It could have been, again, the first one.
Williams from long range, and that's going to go out of the park here at Segra Field. McCabe, Awua, maybe one last dash here for the home side. McCabe going back to Awua, brings it down, drops it back. Vallo turns aside, tripped up, that will draw the whistle. Awua plays it in, headed out. Williams. Player down for Loudoun United. And the yellow card's going to be handed out to J.J. Williams.
J.J. Williams was playing, you know, this final stretch of the match in another intensity, in another level. Ends up making this foul toward the end of the game, and we're already past 3 minutes.
Ooh, see the hand to the face there against Tommy McCabe. Clear foul.
Yeah.
He was pushing and shoving back and forth, but if Williams just keeps his hand down at the chest, probably fine with the push, but because it gets the face of McCabe, given the yellow card, and rightfully so.
Yeah, he could change. Oh, he's giving a red card? Yeah.
So assistant coach of Loudoun United handed a red card, complaining about the foul on McCabe.
He's staying there?
I don't know if the assistant coach realized it was a red card as he took a seat on the bench.
Yeah. He has to go for the match to start. That's what the four referees, you know, signing, like, maybe he's going now. Yeah, he's leaving.
Connell Smith with a yellow card in the first half for Rhode Island. Now the assistant coach of Loudoun United handed a red card. Long throw by Holstead. Yao plays it back. Sent up into the air by Vegas. And there is the whistle as this game will end scoreless in the first ever meeting between Loudoun United and Rhode Island. Tempers flying at the end. Carmen, your thoughts though on the 90 minutes of play?
Definitely was not a lack of trying or quality, you know, with the players. It was just those type of matches that they're so complicated to move past the midfield because you have so much talent in there. And then, you know, the goalkeepers, they were so big throughout the match. And hopefully coming into the next match for both teams, they can find a better possibility towards the goal.
Hugo Ferrou, big in the game for Loudoun United. Coque Vegas with some solid saves, including one from the spot, stopping Zach Ryan as this game ends scoreless between Loudoun United and Rhode Island. When we return, we'll have highlights from the first ever meeting between these two clubs.
The season is right around the corner. It's two of the best teams in DC going head-to-head.
Unstoppable. The season is upon us, and tonight, the battle for bragging rights in the district.
It's one of the most exciting times in the year in sports.
Knifing through the middle, gets into the scores.
One team looking to make history.
Full slate of highlights and games on game night later tonight at 11 p.m.
90 minutes down at Segra Field in Leesburg, Virginia. Loudoun United and Rhode Island, their first ever meeting, remains a scoreless game. And chances for both sides as we take a look back at the highlights from the 90 minutes of play. And Carmen, both teams with opportunities, but both teams keepers coming up big tonight.
Yeah, they did such a great job throughout. They're going to see each other and face each other again in October. We'll see how that one ends. This was the slowest motion I've ever seen of a real-time play. But at the end, nobody ended up getting that ball. The ball didn't even cross the end line. So it was interesting. It could have been the first one of the night.
Okay, Vegas with a nice stop right there. Allowed it, not done.
Oh my God, this one. It's Abukura. He just was subbed in a few minutes before, and then he got this one from the edge of the box. It was such a great save from Coque Vega. And then this one, you know, the one that changed or could have changed completely the layout of the game, the penalty. It was the captain, Zach Ryan. And then either the hesitation or whatever happened throughout that play, Coque Vega again being big and sending that ball away.
Not fooled was Coque Vega's really a game-winning save right there as we take a look at the stats. 11 shots for Rhode Island, 8 shots for Loudoun United, although they did have more on target. We saw the yellow cards come late in this game with the assistant coach being sent off for Loudoun, but here you look at the stats, pretty even between these two sides.
And that is the word that I could describe this match and these two teams. Even. Everything feels so even. They're still going to keep moving forward after this game, adding just 1 point, still tied with 34 points, and see if their opponents, the ones under them in the scoreboard, are going to stay there.
Rhode Island now unbeaten in 11 of their last 12 games. Up next for them, they host the Birmingham Legion on Saturday. Loudoun United, they will also be hosting a team, but they will be hosting Western Conference foe Phoenix Rising. That game will kick at 7:30 p.m. Eastern as this game ends scoreless in the first ever meeting between Loudoun United and Rhode Island. They will meet again October 13th. Coque Vegas with a couple of huge saves to keep this score scoreless. But for our crew, for Carmen Boquin, I'm Josh Toll. Thank you for tuning in and have a great night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.